folks, what we have here is the Rectech RT700, and you'll notice a lot of the white smoke. You always want to start your wood pellet grill with the lid open so it gets rid of that white smoke before you start to cook. As you can hear, it's starting to fire up. The fire is kicking in, and so will the temp. As soon as it does, then you can start to put the lid down to watch it heat up. Alright everyone, this is Eric in the Backyard Barbecue with Rectech's RT700. I've got some filet mignons here, as well as some New York strips ready to go. We have set it up to extreme smoke at 180, and I always like to start with that to get that good smoky flavor and then crank up the temperature. And then at the end with a reverse sear, it's quite the combination. It makes just amazing, amazing steaks. The meat is outstanding. So started off with a little bit of olive oil, put all over it, and then both sides covered with heifer dust from Ben's heifer dust. And then we had Holden's freaking Greek rub. I put a little bit on the outside of each of the steak. Again, just to add a little bit of difference of combination there. And so then I'll be spraying periodically with some beef broth as well as some spray butter. Keep it buttery and juicy. So that's just a little bit about what we've got going on here. All right, the grill is preheated to 180 degrees. So I'm going to start with these thicker steaks. The heat tends to go downhill to the smokestack. So I'm going to start with the little bit thicker steaks, the fillets. On the hot side, I'm going to put an internal probe in all of those. And then I'm going to put these New York strips spread out in the rest of this area. And put one in one of the thickest ones here. And see how that turns out as well. Now you can see we've got these internal probes set. And we are going to be looking for a temperature of about 125 degrees, and then we will let them off to rest, and then we're going to crank up the temp and reverse sear them. So these should be awesome here in about an hour and 15 to hour and 30 minutes. Folks, you have to check out these steaks. We got 3 filet mignons, 4 New York strips on the Rectech RT700. Been cooking them at low 180. So we can get that ultra smoke going in there. They're looking good, about 115 to 119. We're gonna cook them to an internal temperature of about 130. We're gonna let them rest for a little bit, and then we're gonna crank up the heat and do that reverse sear. So these things are looking amazing, smelling amazing, and really looking forward to having this dinner tonight. Check those steaks out. They're looking phenomenal. I've been spraying them about every 30 minutes or so with beef broth as well as some butter spray. And they are going to taste amazing. Folks, we've reached 128 degrees. So looking good, nice and smoky with some buttery beef broth. Looks so good. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take them off, let it rest for just a few minutes while we crank up the heat, and we're going to do a reverse sear. Alright folks, we've raised the Rectech temp to 450. We're probably going to raise to 500 plus, but it's time to reverse sear these filet mignons and the New York strips. Okay, that was 1 minute. Now we are going to flip these and reverse sear the other side. reverse seared these steaks. They're looking good and smelling great. So we're gonna let them rest for a minute, take them off. It's gonna be time to eat soon. Check out this finished product. It looks so amazing and so delicious. We're about to cut these up.